It's Monday, January 1st, 2024. Happy New Year. Let's talk about the news. From Ars Technica, a cat video highlighted a big year for lasers in space. The final months of 2023 were big for laser-based space communication technologies, and a successful demonstration on December 11th featured an ultra-high-definition video of a cat that was sent from a spacecraft that's en route to an asteroid down to a receiving station in Southern California. The video delivered at the record speed of 267 megabits per second. The 15-second video clip featured a NASA Jet Propulsion Lab-based cat named Taters, chasing a red dot produced by a store-bought laser toy. And this transmission rate represents a huge upgrade. The new technology is capable of rates 10 to 100 times greater than existing tech. This is important because NASA's space-based communications setup is straining under the weight of all the in-orbit and deeper space assets the US and its allies have launched in recent decades. And this should help lessen that strain, but also because it should allow for higher resolution and snappier streaming of images and video and other data to and from space. From Axios, China's military purge deepens. An anti-corruption campaign within China's defense apparatus has been expanded to encompass new facets of the country's military, most recently sparking a purge of higher-ups in the Chinese rocket force. 9 generals and 3 defense technology officials were booted from an influential Chinese Communist Party advisory body in late December, most of them from the Rocket Force, which manages the country's various missile programs and which is in the process of modernizing as part of a larger effort to make the Chinese military a dominant global rather than just regional force by 2050. Some analysts are seeing this as another component of Chinese leader Xi's purge of political opponents as well, suggesting this and smaller recent purges might indicate weakness on Xi's part, while others note that it might be related to the Chinese government's recent efforts to make nice with the US government, especially in regards to the two countries' activities in the South China Sea. And from the Associated Press, Russia launches fresh drone strikes on Ukraine after promising retaliation for Belgorod attack. In a series of apparent tit-for-tat attacks, Russia launched a wave of suicide drones against Ukrainian targets on Saturday night, following an attack on the Russian city Belgorod earlier in the day, which was ostensibly Ukraine's response to an earlier, possibly record-settingly large missile and drone attack by Russia against major Ukrainian cities earlier over the weekend. The attack on Belgorod is notable in part because successful attacks on Russian cities have been sparse up to this point, and dozens of people were reportedly killed in the attack alongside more than 100 injured. That said, this back and forth launching of things style of warfare seems to be picking up as both sides find themselves locked into fairly static positions on the ground. And as both sides have started to invest more effort in asymmetric, economy-harming, and terror-stoking approaches, like bombing supply lines and shooting sacrificial drones at each other's civilian centers. If you're finding some value in one-sentence news, consider leaving a quick review wherever you get your podcasts and/or sharing the show with a friend. You can find out more about this show or subscribe to the email version at onesentencenews.com, and you can support this and other related projects, like the Let's Know Things and Brain Lenses podcasts at understandery.com.